Are you looking to create a scatter plot in Google Sheets? Well, if that's the case, then you've come to the right place, because today I'm going to be walking you through exactly what you need to do and some tips and suggestions along the way. And as you'll see, I've already pre-filled this sheet with some dummy data. I'm just going to show you how to build the scatter plot from each one, and I'm going to also show you some of the correlation types, so how you can kind of interpret the data as well, which is obviously important and one of the reasons why you're doing it. So I think first and foremost it's important to note that scatter plots are also known as scatter diagrams and also scatter charts, and they are a great way of displaying two different sets of data and if there's any correlation between them, so you can analyze variables side by side. So for this dummy data, that's why I've got these kind of examples. Some of them might seem a little bit obscure. They're what come to my mind at the time of recording, or pre-recording I should say. So let's actually get into the diagram and building it from scratch. So what you need to do is you need to have two columns, and you want to add a column heading as well. So as you'll see here, I've bolded these out. It might even help you to put some formatting in as well, just to differentiate it. So I could put a grey here as an example. But yeah, you want two column headings with your variables, and then you obviously want your data. So here we've got a house price range, so assume this is in pounds or dollars or whatever kind of currency. And then we've just got some, the number of houses sold against each price point. So if I wanted to create a scatter plot from this data, what you would do is you'd essentially highlight the entire range, so including the headings. You're going to want to look on the toolbar at the top, and you're going to look for the insert chart button, which is on the right hand side. And if you click that, you are going to get a line chart set up by default. So I'm actually going to move this up here, just so it's kind of in the middle here. And as you'll see, the reason why you want the headings in there at the top, in the top of the table in your range, is because you'll see that it's brought that in as well as the axis. So it just saves you a little bit of setup. So that's why I'd recommend doing that, and it makes your life a lot easier. But this is a line chart. We want a scatter plot. So what we essentially need to do is to change the chart type. So if I click this drop down here, you will find the scatter plot is the second option, or it's called a scatter chart in Google Sheet terminology. So we essentially just need to click this. You could find it by going down to the scatter section as well, but there's obviously no need because it's at the top. So we select that, and we have a basic scatter plot already created for us. And if we look on the right hand side, we can see the data range. So this is essentially where it's pulling all the information from. We've already pre-selected that. On the x-axis, we have the house price range, and on the series, we've got the number of houses sold. Of course, we could swap those round if we wanted to, and to do that, we'd obviously just kind of remove it from we would remove the house price range from the x-axis, and we'd add it to the series. So, I mean, a simple way of doing that would be just pressing this. You'll see it's literally just pinged it there. And you can do things like you've obviously got some formatting options here as well, such as using row 2 as the headers, which is kind of the functionality of Google Sheets has recognized that this is the header, and that will be the kind of titling of the axis. So it's really, really clever. Now, one thing I would probably go on to do is just customize it further. So obviously it looks quite basic. One thing you can, well, there's multiple things you can do. You can change the background color. There's multiple different options in the color palette on Google Sheets, or you can create something from custom. So if you select this, it's going to make the background a different color, and that can be really, really useful. By default, it is a white color. You can change the font. So if you wanted, something a little bit more, a little bit different, you can change it there. And the border color as well can really make it pop and stand out. So if I've clicked off of it here to show you that kind of the bordering that I just selected. So obviously I've lost this section here on the right hand side. So if I click on data, I've just right clicked there and click data range just to bring the chart editor back up. We're going to go back into the customizer. So yeah, that's the style. You can do things like maximize and things like that. This is where you can kind of change the title text if you wanted to on the axis, or axes I should say. You can do things like change the colors as well. So let's say we wanted that in a blue for the heading. You can do that. So this the chart title, but you can also change the axis here if you selected one of those. The series, that's obviously pre-selected, and you can change the color. Let's say we wanted it a nice red, we could do that. And you can change the fill opacity, and point size, you can make it a little bit bigger if you wanted. So there's loads of different formatting options, and really, to get the scatter plot you want, you're just going to need to go through this customization and just go through each of the different sections, and yeah, make sure you have all of the formatting that you want and how you want to kind of show it to your different stakeholders or for your own use. So that's what I would recommend doing, just going through the customize. I'm going to delete this off just to show you another example. So that was the house price range. This one is with some ice cream sales, and the reason I'm showing you this is I'm going to show you a slightly different correlation. So it's automatically picked up the scatter chart, and you'll see that we've gone the other way. Now that is the intended result, because a scatter chart or plot, as we are referring to, it's in this video, it can show various different correlations, and I've just included some of those down below. So we have a strong positive correlation, and you could see that, well actually, I'll bring this down and get this out of the way. I'll show you these different scatter plots because they all show a different type of correlation. So the house price range would show I would suggest that's a strong negative correlation between the two variables. The ice cream sales and temperature would show a strong positive correlation. So in other words, the warmer the temperature, the more ice cream sales we can expect. And I should have mentioned with the houses, the more expensive the house, the lower the houses that are sold, you'd expect that as well. But this one here, if I just create this quickly for you, so if I go insert chart, sorry, I've got scatter plots all over the place. If I bring this down, you'll see that all these little plots are just all over the place, and that is expected, and that's because there's no correlation. So by putting this in the scatter plot, we can see that it doesn't matter how tall you are or how short you are. There's no correlation with your average exam score result. So that's an expected result, but in some cases and some variables you wouldn't know until you kind of create this plot and chart it and see what kind of happens. So really, that's how to create a scatter plot in Google Sheets. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions about setting them up, customizing them, or anything in Google Sheets, then please do drop a comment down below. Consider heading over to my channel. I've got lots of other videos on using Google Sheets, and do consider subscribing to my channel. So with all of that said, I hope you have an excellent